Hi, I'm Gavin,
And I'm Dave.
and you're on the fringe.
Come along with us for a ride on a podcast where we talk about an area or a thing going on in the world that needs more attention, just like you do. Let's go.
On the fringe. Here we go. Hey Dave, how you doing?
Never better, Gavin. How about you?
I'm
We're on
still
the
good.
fringe.
I'm still on the fringe. Uh, but you know what I'm not doing, Dave, is
What are you not doing?
I'm not posting any more photos of me standing in front of landmarks on Instagram.
Really? Why not?
Uh, because I got a bit of a shock.
You didn't get likes? I thought you would have gotten like maybe 10 or 15 likes from all of your 10 or 15 followers, but you got more of a shock.
I got more of a shock, Dave. I got more of a shock to the system. We're having a little bit of fun here. Shock is the street name of a Nicaraguan slash Costa Rican drug dealer or alleged drug trafficker uh, who's apparently responsible for most of the cocaine entering and leaving the port of Limon in Costa Rica. Uh, and he was arrested over the month of December by some special agents from our favorite agency, Dave. What's our favorite agency here at On the Fringe?
That would be the DEA, and we just drug them through the mud about about 5 days ago, 6 days ago. It was probably actually longer than that when we recorded, but the DEA was up to some good stuff, weren't they, Gavin?
They were, they were, they were hard at work. They were looking at some bikini photos on Instagram for
Ooh,
a long time, apparently. So Mr. Grialba uh, kind of was in a sweet spot. He was making, I would imagine, a extraordinary amount of money taxing and controlling cocaine traffic out of Costa Rica. Would be lucrative, I would imagine. And even though the DEA had a lot of evidence, or has a lot of evidence, has a ton of evidence that this guy is directing and controlling and taxing narcotics traffic in Central America, he had a bit of a loophole. The Costa Rican government does not, um, what's the word, extradite? Yes.
extradite. Yep, extradite. They will not extradite Costa Rican citizens to foreign countries.
Period. It just doesn't
Mhm.
happen. It doesn't matter what you've done or where you've done it. They are not going to send you abroad. France, same thing. Russia, same thing. So he was in kind of a sweet spot, but he gets bored. He wants to show his family a good time. He paid for his wife to have a nice little trip around Europe. And then he was going to go out and meet her in Paris, France. And then they were going to go to the United Kingdom, have a lovely New Year's. I've had New Year's in London. It is wonderful. Um, Bit of an issue. Wife Estefania, she has an Instagram page, and it's been taken down. Don't bother looking for it. But
There
it
are some photos out there though.
There are some photos. There's some photos with some parrots on a lovely beach, and there's some photos in front of the Trevi Fountain. Uh, she's a very photogenic lady, and she was taking photos uh, all over the place of herself standing in front of things, as one is wont to do, I guess. Um,
As is Instagram.
It is Instagram. It is kind of what you're meant to do. So the DEA was following this, and they figured out that Mr. Grialba was in France, and they figured out that they were going to London.
Well,
So,
how did they figure out he was in France, though, Gavin?
because there was a picture on his wife's Instagram page of the two of them standing in front of the Eiffel Tower holding hands.
Oh, the city of love.
The city of love may never be the same. So they flew the coop and flew into the little lovebirds, flew into London, and I believe Mr. Grialbo was promptly arrested at the airport, probably
What
by
it sounded like.
DEA agents.
Well, such is the end to a wonderful trip and to probably a heck of a year for him and probably a long 2025, I would imagine.
I would imagine he may be headed for that same metropolitan correctional facility that everyone else in the United States seems to be going to these.
You got R. Kelly and you
Yeah,
got Sam,
him, Luca Mancioni, P. Diddy, and all the other guys.
Luigi.
Oh, why did I call him Luca? I
I don't
don't
know,
know.
Gavin.
I don't know where your brain comes up with these things. But yeah, all those guys, you might be seeing Mr. Grialba real soon. It might be a shock to his system to see some of these famous people behind bars. Um, but yeah, this is just an example of Dave, when you put something out there, it lives on the internet for how long?
Probably a lot longer than you're going to be around, and it's going to be accessible to pretty much everybody that has access to the internet.
Yeah. So now, if you're a criminal, keep posting as much as possible. We want to see what you're doing. We want to see where you're going on your date nights.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see who
Show us
you're
how much money
traveling
you
with.
have.
Please uh, show us all of your luxury cars. Show us your swimming pools full of jello. Show us all those illegal cheetahs you had imported into Florida for some reason. I mean, show us this stuff. We want to see it. We love to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
we're totally jealous over here.
we're extremely jealous, and we love that. We want to see more of that. If you are a person not engaged in criminal activity, please be aware that it doesn't wash away. If it's on the internet, it's going to be floating around for a while, much like this podcast. So please be cognizant of what you put out there because eventually people, maybe not the DEA, people will find it and
Yep.
they will find a way to use it somehow.
If it has value, and let me tell you, those pictures of his girlfriend and his family in Europe have real incredible value.
I mean, that's one vacation to Paris he'll never forget.
Unforgettable.
Uh,
Excuse me, his wife.
Wife, girlfriend. I mean, yes. But, anyways, this does give me an opportunity to say, you know what, Dave? They'll always have Paris.
Yes, they will. They'll always
And
have Paris and those memories standing under the Eiffel Tower.
beautiful, beautiful memories. And you know what? I might be going out on a limb here, but I wouldn't be surprised if some DEA agent printed out those photos and they're adorning some cubicle somewhere in Northern Virginia where a lot of guys and girls and everybody else are having all kinds of laughs.
And I would imagine that it's probably not the only photo that's been printed out. We'll just leave it at that.
We will. On that note, We're on the fringe and we're happy to be here.
Yep. Take care, guys. All the best from here on the fringe.